You ever think of working as a chorus? We could have a big bus. A big bus. Yeah.
You could become.
Yeah, train.
What's
train
that
would be
current
great.
one that's on television now? That's
Show,
really
show.
the Johnny Man singers, but in
Really,
the
the
sky.
Johnny Man singers in the sky?
Johnny Man singers are really the serendipity singers.
They're all,
sort of
they're all the
progressive.
same guys. I mean, 5 guys.
And they're all the Lennon sisters originally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, right.
Gee. We watched Lawrence Welk. How many, if you watch Lawrence Welk, make some noise, throw up or something. No, that's not very nice. If you watch Lawrence Welk, I mean, honestly, because it's in this certain, the first thing that, there's divided opinions right now that some people are thinking, what is he doing, putting down Lawrence Welk, a legitimate musician who can read notes and everything? That's not cool. And another half are saying, oh, what's he doing saying Lawrence Welk is a musician? You dig? So there's a lot of polarity right now, and maybe we could have a big fight. I don't know. Everybody who's for Lawrence Welk on this side of the room and where the bubbles are. And we were in L.A. when Hair was playing in L.A., the L.A. Hair, and it was right across the street from Lawrence Welk's theater where he was, doing his television show. And the lines, this was 1968 when tensions were high, right? And the lines for the shows were parallel down the street, And if you drove in the car, between these lines of older people with American flags on their suits, and on one side, and the hippies on the other, all nude and painted with gold and stuff, and your car would disintegrate from the vibrations that would just fell apart from hate. It was really weird. But we watch Lawrence Welk all the time because it's really a pleasant show, and it's nice to see. It reminds us of old coffee houses like vaudeville, And the people play good. It's a little silly, but they play good. You know what I mean? And also, because we once saw a great thing on Lawrence Welk, which
we might see another one.
You never know. We saw a guy in Rolna do One Toke Over the Line.
That's really true.
Yeah, and it really happened, and it was like, wow. Agonizing reappraisal, man. Like that, It was, it was sort of Lawrence Welky, like a one toke over the line, sweet Jesus, one toke over the line. Like that. And he was wearing a Glen Plaid suit, and she was wearing a pinafore.
She's about 45,
right.
The Ruffles.
Nice
Ruffles. Ruffles.
It's they're all sitting on the front porch there. One toke over the line on the front porch swing. And afterwards, Lawrence Welk came out and said, that was Guy and Rolna singing One Toke Over the Line. A modern-day spiritual. Everybody in the band is going, woo! Craziness! This is worth getting scale for. Well, this is a tune about a Steve Martin routine. Do you all know Steve Martin? He's a great comedian. And you know him because he always comes out and says, professional musicianship. When he does it, it's really funny. You have to be there. It's one of those. He does this routine about how things are named appropriately. Like Charlotte's Web, that sounds like an interesting place, right? Sounds like an interesting place. Doesn't sound too weird, it doesn't sound weird like a club called Joe's Dank Hall of Destiny. You might not feel you have a great time there, So things are always named sort of, appropriately. Like you go downtown, you go to the Rockford National Federal Union Trust Bank Incorporated of America. It sounds very secure. Like you put your money in there, it's going to stay there. Nothing's going to happen, right? Everything's going to be all right. You wouldn't go to like Fred's Bank. Right? Sounds a little loose, right? Like they throw your money in the corner. Hey, man. Interest? Well, I dig my job. That kind of scene, But we thought, oh, Fred's Bank really sounds charming, like a place you could go where you knew everybody was really incompetent. Instead of having to guess, go in there and you could say things that you didn't mind losing, like old National Geographics. That kind of thing. So he wrote this song called Fred's Bank. When Steve Martin heard the song, he said, hey. He said, thank you, Steve.
Sunshine all over the place. People walking around with happy faces, laughing about the things that they've been saving down at the corner of Fred's Bank.
Laughing about the things that they've been saving, drinking beer the rest of the time. I should know Fred's a good friend of mine. I should know Fred's a good friend of mine. You know old Fred, he saves lemons and Fred saves limes. Fred saves old shoes, newspapers and dimes to help the people that ain't got the time to save all the things they love. You can get yourself saved at Fred's Bank. Fred'll save your baby's love for you. You can save your self-respect at Fred's Bank. Fred will save anything for you. Sunshine all over the
People walking around with happy faces, laughing about the things that
they've been saving down at the corner at Fred's Bank.
Put your stash in Fred's bank too, and Fred will get busted instead of you.
You know, if you're a member of an Oriental race, Fred will help you save your face.
get yourself saved at
Get yourself saved
Fred's
at
Bank.
Bank.
Fred will save your baby's love for you. You can save your self-respect at Fred's Bank.
Fred
We'll save anything for you. Sunshine all over the place. People walking around with happy faces, laughing about the things that they've been saving
down at the corner. Down at the corner at Fred's Bank.
Down in the corner of Fred's.
Why don't you go to your closet or put on your kids? Why don't you motivate over to friends? Motivate over to
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, if I could tap dance if I could just get my feet off the floor.
Something strange about that. Magnetic. I'd like to learn to dance. I'd like to learn to ballet. You know? It's hard for Americans to learn ballet. It's hard for Americans. You know what I mean? Because people think you're queer, right? That's it. There's a ballet dancer right here, here to
Succinctly
testify.
put, yeah.
What is this? It's true. When I was a kid, man, you know, all the cats that went to tap dancing school and stuff, there was something weird about them. They always tap danced the Lady of Spain, played the accordion.